Hi guys, Primewhisky here, I'm Rickard, and we're back with some top 5 list. And today we're going to do a top 5 18-year-old Scotch whiskies. And these are my 5 favorites for the top 5. And we start off with number 5 on my list. It has to be the Springbank 18-year-old. Unfortunately, I don't have it, so you have to look it up here. The Springbank 18-year-old is an amazing whiskey. A little bit expensive. It's here in Sweden. It's about 150 euro, and but still an amazing dram. I have not considered doing this 18-year-old list. I have not considered price at all, and it has to be stated on the label 18-year-old. That's pretty much the criteria I have for entering this list. Okay, so number 5, Springbank 18-year-old. Amazing stuff. I have one that's almost made it to the list. I was battling with the Springbank, and it's the Bunnahabhain 18-year-old. It's almost cranked it into the top 5, but knocked off by Springbank. But the Bunnahabhain 18-year-old is also an amazing dram. So just outside the list. Okay, let's move on, and we pick up to number 4 on my list. Number 4 on my 18-year-old top list is the Longrow 18-year-old. Okay, I forgot to pick it up. I have the Longrow 18-year-old, but I haven't here on my shelf. So the Longrow 18-year-old is also from Springbank, but as you know, it's a peated dram. It changes the recipe a little bit from year to year. I think maybe 2015-16 was a little bit better than the last one where they put rum barrels inside. I don't know if it was the 18 or 19 there was a rum barrel, but so it's quite different. But based on 2015-16, it knocks the 4th place on my list. So top 5 18-year-old Scotch, number 4 on my list will be the Longrow 18-year-old. Okay, moving on to number 3 on my 18-year-old Scotch top 5 list is the, not this one, but this one, the Glen Moray 18-year-old. It says extremely rare on the label. It's hasn't been extremely rare because it was quite available everywhere. But now I think it's, I talked to the guys at Glen Moray, and this is the 19-year-old is replacing the 18-year-old. And that's a shame, I think, because the 18-year-old is much better than the 19-year-old. The 18-year-old is a mixture of bourbon barrels and sherry barrels. And the 19-year-old is, I think, is only bourbon barrels. So this one is a little bit sweeter, smoother, and more gentle in my mouth. So this one, I think you can still get a hold on it in Europe. I forgot to mention the price on Longrow. Here in Sweden, the Longrow is about 140 euros, something like that. But you can get it in Europe. I think Germany, Holland, it's about 100 euro. And this Glen Moray, you can get about, we can't get it here in Sweden anymore, but down in Europe you can get it for Germany maybe 70 or 80 euros. And this is number 3 on my top 5 list. 18-year-old. It's an amazing dram. I have it here in my glass. Amazing stuff. I take a sip. Just to remind me how extremely well balanced is. The mouth is, the flavors are picking up, what do you call it, integrated with each other in a perfect harmony. You have some peaches and some fruitiness, and the smoothness is, when you swallow, it's like drinking cotton, if you know what I mean. Yeah, amazing dram. But you know me, I'm a little over, I like peaty whiskey as well. So for my number 2 spot, I have a little bit hard to decide number 1 and number 2. The battle was between the 18-year-old Bowmore and the 18-year-old Talisker. I have a hard time to decide which one I think is the best, but finally, when I did them side to side, Bowmore come off with 1 more point. So for my top 5 18-year-old Scotch whiskey, the Talisker picks up the number 2 spot because it is amazing dram. The Talisker 18-year-old. It's quite cheap, if you will tell. I picked it up on the Cinderella Whiskey Fair, so it was only €80, quite cheap. I don't know the price in Europe actually, but it's still under €100. And so the price is quite similar, because this one is about €80 here in Sweden, or less. So yeah, number 2 spot on my list, top 5 18-year-old Scotch whiskies, is Talisker 18-year-old. And the number 1 spot, gold medal, goes to Bowmore 18-year-old. I haven't tried a better 18-year-old ever than the Bowmore 18-year-old. I think it's an excellent dram. I always pick a new one. When I have drank this bottle, I always pick a new one. I always have to have this one in my cabinet. It's an amazing dram. Actually, I have to pour myself one now. I tried it before, so I don't have to clear the glass. I just take a small sip so I come to peace. Oh, amazing stuff. Yeah, definitely number 1. I think it's also a good value for money. So is the 18-year-old if you go on a travel retail or something. Otherwise it's a little more expensive, but this one is still about €80 or left, and it's hard to get a better dram for that money. So number 1 on my 18-year-old, top 5 18-year-old Scotch whiskies is the Bowmore 18-year-old. Okay? Alright, if you like this video, hit thumbs up. For more videos, please subscribe. Until next time, cheers. Amazing stuff. I always say amazing. I have to find another English word for excellent stuff. Maybe I can say excellent stuff. Yeah. Cheers.